Hey guys, it is Sunday, so that means I have a new episode of What's Growing for you guys today. Today I'm talking about what I am planting this month in July for a second summer garden. So these are the plants coming up for you that I planted. I'm gonna walk you out to the garden, grab a cup of coffee, and let's get started. So just FYI, I don't have everything together when it comes to gardening. I'm relatively new, but these are the things that I'm working on, and you can go watch my other videos. You could specifically watch my gardening fail video on how many times I failed at a garden. I'm doing well this year. I feel like I'm learning a lot, so I want to share with you guys what I'm planting here in July. So the first thing that I have planted this July is pumpkins. So we planted some jack-o'-lantern pumpkins 12 days ago, and they're doing really well. They're really happy. They came up really fast, which was really encouraging. They do get a lot of sun, so hopefully they'll do well, and we'll basically have our own pumpkin patch here and just have our own pumpkins, which would be really awesome. The kids also helped me out with this a lot, which was fun. They're really loving gardening also, which is really cool to experience. The second thing that I decided to plant, and I wasn't so sure about planting this just because it seems like such a big vegetable to plant, which technically it's not I think it's a grain. Somebody correct me on that, is corn. So I planted some sweet corn. I wasn't so sure about it, but I decided to go ahead and do it. And so I made 2 rows for it, and I think I spaced them out pretty good. I always mix compost with it. I dig up all of the native soil, which is really hard ground here in Central Texas, and I go ahead and I, till it up, and then I pour in compost. So that is a tip if you are planting, to always add in some compost. So the third thing that I decided to plant for my second summer garden is summer squash. I'm actually going to try to grow it up on this hog wire as a trellis. A channel that I'm subscribed to is called Acre By The Creek. She actually just did a video on how she is growing her squash up a trellis, and it inspired me to do that. So that is what I am doing. My son also planted his own little area of squash, so we'll see whose does the best. I don't know, we'll see. The fourth thing that I'm going to be planting is some bush beans. I just picked these up because I felt like they would be easy to grow, and from what I read, that it said that beans do well right now planting them here in Texas. So experiment garden, we will see what works and what doesn't, and I'm going to learn from it. And last but not least, I actually haven't gotten to planting the okra yet, but I am going to be planting some okra in a pot this year to see how it does. My goal is to be able to make some pickled okra for my little niece who loves pickled okra. So hopefully I can reach that goal and grow some really awesome okra this year. So that is what I have for you guys that I am planting in July. One thing you may want to check out before you start planting a second summer garden is when your first frost is. Here in Austin, like I said, it is around November 30th. Depending on when that frost is, you may not have time to plant a second summer garden, but you might. You'll just have to check. An easy way to find that out is just a quick Google search. I thought while I'm here, I might as well just give you guys a little update on the rest of the garden. So things are going pretty well with it. I'm about to get a bunch of little tomatoes coming out. They're loving the heat. Same thing with cucumbers. I'm getting some really great cucumber sprouts, although I have read that the cucumber plants do kind of tend to start dying off once it gets super hot. So hopefully I'll get a few more cucumbers out of the cucumber plant. I have some beautiful sunflowers that are starting to come out, and I am excited about those. Let me bring you guys up to the front yard and show you what's up there. So here's the front yard garden. I was gonna update you guys on how it is looking, and it's looking really well. The sweet potato vines are going crazy. They are just, I guess, loving the heat, which is really cool. And also I've got some little possible baby tomatoes coming off of one of the tomato plants that wasn't doing super well. The watermelon plant is growing well, and it's starting to bloom, so I'm just waiting for those little buds to start popping out. Same thing with the cantaloupes. I have high hopes. Zinnias, of course, loving the heat, and sunflowers doing great also. Thanks for watching. I hope you really enjoyed what I am planting this month. Look it up on almanac.com. if you have any questions, or maybe find local websites for growing gardens in your area. That could help also. I hope you guys decide to subscribe. Next week I will have a new episode of What's Growing for you, plus all things motherhood and homeschool I have going on here too. So I hope to see you again next week. Thanks for watching.